You think, no, that could never happen to me. It's kind of, plus I don't know, I kind of wanted to, that's why I joined, you know, I didn't want to like join to be, I don't know, a cook or a plumber or a truck driver. I wanted to join to fight. Like November, we went on this mission and just, I mean, took like 50 casualties, lost 9 guys in 3 days, so that part was hard, you know. It was hard to get through that, losing buddies, you know. I'd lost friends before, but not like that, you know. Got orders to come down to go into the Helgol Valley. As soon as we went there, we knew it was gonna be bad, just by, you know, Americans had never been in this valley before is what they told us. It just turned into an ambush, and of course I got hit, and yeah, I was just laying out there for a while, thinking I was dead, you know, because it's just, I got shot and I laid there and I didn't know what was happening. There was still a lot of shooting going on, and just one of my buddies came up, grabbed me and pulled me over behind this little rock and talked to me for a while, was holding my hand. They got me into a like a little hut, worked on me, and then got me on a helicopter and took me back to Bagram.
That was a phone call from someone at Fort Campbell that informed us that he had been injured with small arms fire, and those kind of terminologies, you're not really sure what exactly that means at first.
I just had to keep telling myself I got a phone call, because in the military, if you get a phone call, that means that your child has survived. If you get a knock on your door, that means that your child has deceased. So that was the only thing in those first few hours that got me through, is I just over and over, kind of like in a state of shock, but you just keep telling yourself, I got a phone call.
I just remember my dad called and his voice was very shaky and not like I had ever heard him before, and I knew something was very wrong.
They took me to the hospital and I barely was awake. They did all the surgeries that day, and in Walter Reed I woke up, and 2 of my buddies that I played football with that both went into the military were there standing next to my bed, so that was pretty comforting. 2 days later I was just like, oh, I can't move my legs, and I didn't really know what was going on, you know. I could barely move them. And the doctor, when my sister was there, came in and was like, yeah, you know, you're gonna be paralyzed from the waist down for life.
He's always been this big, tough, macho man, and he was a skinny little thing. I don't think he had eaten for like, obviously, 16 days.
The surgeon told us that he would be able to sit in a wheelchair and watch traffic go by from the front porch. Well, that wasn't a very good prognosis to us.
I don't know, somehow I knew I was gonna be okay. I don't really know how, I just knew I was, you know. It's like I could move my legs a little bit, and I just thought, this isn't the way I'm going out. When I got to Palo Alto, even the first week, I couldn't even stay awake for a day. I started walking a little bit towards the very end, probably 2 weeks before I came home. 2-3 weeks before I came home, I started using these braces and a walker, and you know, I could walk down. At the end of it, I think I could walk from the physical therapy room to my room at the hospital, which was like 100 feet. So then I left from there, came back up to here, and then was surprised with the house and everything. You know, I had no idea that they were doing anything. I was asking my dad, you know, how am I gonna get in the house? What's going on? You know, and he said, oh, put some plywood down and you can get in. And then I got home and was shocked, you know, everybody did all this, so it was pretty cool. It's a lot easier to come home to.
The amount of work that went into the house was just all an offering of love from the community. It's really a humbling thing to be involved in.
Just walking at home by myself, wasn't doing like physical therapy, I was just like kind of doing it on my own. And then I thought, you know, it's like, I'm just gonna start going to physical therapy, you know, see what that's gonna do. You know, I need someone to be telling me, no, this is what you can do, you know, and this is how we can help and all that kind of stuff. It took a couple of weeks to really stretch me out. We started walking and like with the walker and the parallel bars, and then that turned into crutches. He said, you know, you should walk around with crutches, and then that turned into cane, and it's just been going great ever since then.
Each step of the way, he just has Cody's true personality has got him to where he is today. He's always been determined, a little on the stubborn side, and that has got him where he is. So for us as a family, we are just overjoyed with where he's at right now compared to a year ago. I am completely confident that someday he'll just be walking around with his braces. That's it. No arm canes. I mean, his balance is getting better and better, and that's where I think he'll be in a few months.
So I'm just happy to be alive, and even like more stoked to be rehabbing.